Hi everybody, it's Valerie with J&S Hobbies and Crafts, and we are going to make the cutest little chair. It's a 3D chair, and it's going to be covered in my Midnight Masquerade graphic 45 paper that I've been using this month. Actually, it's been the last couple weeks. I found the idea online, so I can't take credit for it, but I just thought it was adorable. So I had to make one, and Shellie fell in love with it, so you know she's going to take it when I'm done with it. So anyway, this is going to be made out of this paper when it's finished, but to start it, we are actually going to be using black chipboard to keep the base of the skeleton of the chair nice and strong. So I pre-cut out the pieces, as you can see, and they are going to form the base of the chair, the sides of the chair, the bottom of the chair, and the back of the chair. So you can kind of see me trying to put it together to show you. Here are the dimensions that I used for my chair, but you can of course cut yours out any size and shape that you want. I will try to give you as many of the dimensions as I can along the way. Once we have all the pieces cut out, we're going to use some cardstock. I cut it in like 2x1 pieces and then put Scor-Tape on both sides of it, 1/4 inch Scor-Tape, and then I scored them down the middle, and we're going to use these to put the base together. So here's the sides of the base, as you can see that I put it together, attaching the back on. And then I'm going to do the same thing with the bottom on all 4 sides and attach it. So here's the base of your chair, and then we're going to make armrests as well, but you need to make the armrests out of something else. Here's me showing you the inside piece, which, by the way, I decided not to put in until I had covered the entire chair and folded over all the pieces from the outside to the inside, and then I placed this piece. But what you need to remember is that the inside of the chair is going to actually be smaller than the outside because of the thickness of the cardstock or the chipboard. So I took a protractor and I made little lines on the edges of my chair, and then I cut it out so it had a round top, kind of like Grandma and Grandpa's old chair. These are the armrests. They are made out of cardstock. So we're going to fold them over and put some Scor-Tape on them, and then I attached the first one inside, as you can see there, and then I'm just going to fold over this little piece of cardstock and attach it just underneath of where the arm is. So you can see me kind of pushing it under there. This is going to make kind of a teardrop shaped armrest. And you need to kind of like form it yourself with your fingers. Just kind of bend it, but be very careful because you'll make creases. But once again, remember, we're going to cover all of this with paper later on. So right now, this is just a skeleton of the chair so that it's nice and sturdy. So this is a template that I'm going to show you how to make later, but what I'm doing is just kind of showing you how the back piece is going to look and why those little armrests are shaped like that. Again, I'm going to show you how to make this template later. I'm just showing you where the arm placement is and why I did it the way that I did it. I really couldn't figure out any other way to do it, so that's the base of the arms. Now to cover the arms, I actually went up the side of the chair, scored it, so I measured my chair on the side, made little edges that are going to wrap around the chair. And then this piece wraps up and over the armrest, so you can see here. And then I cut little tabs with that rounded part, and I'm going to push them in. And when we attach the outside parts, the back of the chair and the front of the armrests, those little tabs are going to be what we glue our paper to. So I hope this makes sense. So you can see here how I attach my arms and the sides so they all match. Okay? Make sure you push your little tabbies in because later on you're going to need those to attach the paper for the back of the chair and the fronts of the armrests. I went ahead and then measured the front of my chair for the next piece, and this is just going to go side to side. It's not going to curl over, and then I'm going to leave about 1/4 inch on the top and 1/4 inch on the bottom, and it's going to wrap inside the chair and under the chair. And I decided to use different paper for the back of my chair and the front of my chair. And then the seat of my chair and the arms are going to match with the stripes. So now this is how you make your template. You lay your chair down after you have it all put together, and you just draw around it. Try not to push the arms because you want it to just be nice and simple. There's that little template. And then you're going to use that to cut the back piece out, okay? So it's really important that you measure very carefully. And then when you cut it out, lay it on the back, and if it's off in any way, you can cut it up and fix your discrepancies. I actually had to make it twice before I got it right. Then I pushed over or folded over the little arms to make the inside template for the inside of the chair, which by the way also ended up being about 1/8 inch smaller on the sides in order for me to get it down inside. Then I placed that piece we were talking about earlier that wrapped all along the inside of the chair. So I kind of got the tutorial a little bit backwards, and I apologize. So I went inside and on my piece. And then I'm going to measure the bottom of my chair for the inside bottom piece. But you want to take off about 1/8 of an inch all the way around. Again, because of the thickness of the chipboard, obviously the inside is going to be smaller than the outside. So I mark on my ruler a lot to keep track of things. So cut that piece out, place it down at the bottom with some glue, and you got the whole inside of your chair done. Take my template, and now it's time for me to cut out the back. And I decided to use a whole different paper for the back. I love this orange. I kind of wish I'd done the whole chair in it. And it should fit, but once again, I actually cut mine out a tiny bit larger than the template marks, because it's always easier to take off paper than it is to add paper if you make a mistake. So you can see me cleaning it up. Here is the chair seat, which by the way is going to be hinged so that it can open up. So mine is kind of like a little jewelry box or a little hideaway box. So I covered the whole seat with the same paper that I used for the arms, put it inside, and then used some Scor-Tape and put a little hinge in there. And the hinge piece actually matches the inside paper. Then I'm just going to use some of my art glitter glue, and I'm going to start attaching that back piece. So get it all on there, make sure it fits, make sure all your little tabbies are pushed in, throw some glue on it, and put your back piece on. This actually goes together quite quickly. I made this whole chair in one afternoon. So if that gives you any idea of how quickly it goes together. But I did pre-make a template. So there's your little chair. Now, where the chair back goes against the front, there's that gap you can see. Oh, sorry, I forgot to tell you that we're going to put the armrest fronts on, and they're little teardrop shapes, and I just kind of winged those. And then once I got them the right size, I made a copy of one, put it on the other side. So sorry about that. I forgot to tell you that we were going to put those on. And I embellished the fronts of my armrests with Jolee stickers, dimensional stickers. And they're kind of heavy, so you have to glue them on. The sticker part on the back of them doesn't stick very well. I found mine on the table the next morning, so I had to glue them on. So there's that. And then this is where I'm going to cover that gap. I'm going to use our gold bling, and I'm going to cut it down to 3 strands, take one of the strands off, and then I'm actually going to just fold it, attach it to the chair top, and it's kind of hard to explain. There you go, like this. And then I'm going to fold it over, so the first row will go on the back, the last row will go on the front, and it will just frame the whole top of the chair like this. And it was the perfect solution for that open gap. Use that little extra leftover to go along the arms there, and then I found another Jolee piece that I like to put on the front. I'm using our 49 in Market Orchid flower blossoms today, and those are going to go on the back of the chair. And I'm going to bling them up with a little bit of gold stickles, because you know me, I like my bling. So, and then I used the Tim Holtz foundation feet to put at the bottom of the chair. And this is actually what instigated this whole chair to begin with. And of course I had to fussy cut out some of the masks, because you can't do a Mardi Gras theme, or I should say a masquerade theme, without masks. So I'm embellishing the chair, as you can see. So I have several little masks, and I even took the cutest little thing out of there that had this thing that talks about music makers, and we are dreamers of dreams. So you can embellish the back of it, of course, any way you want, or you don't have to put anything on there at all, but I kind of wanted to have some fun stuff on mine. So here it is, all done, put on its little foundation legs. And remember that you can stick things inside the little seats. So I hope you enjoy making your chair, and I really enjoyed sharing it with you. And I hope everybody has a great day and happy crafting. And remember, you can get your supplies at J&S Hobbies and Crafts. Bye, everybody.